Welcome back to Reynolds Runabouts, everybody. This is Jeffrey Reynolds. I'm moving on from the Wondercraft project. In the last video, I told you that I was going to go back to the Wondercraft and finish it, but I had a boat that had come in earlier in the year that is now taken priority. That said, I'll probably be doing a video here and there of the Wondercraft as I'm working on that simultaneously along with this new project. So there'll be a little variety in the coming year, but I think it'll be interesting to see one completed and one starting right from scratch. So this episode will start the restoration process of what I'm going to call the mystery boat, which is probably a 1960 US molded shapes hull that was put together custom by a home builder. And I know this from some of the hardware, the design of the hull, and brochures from that era that show that US Molded Shapes did sell a hull that you could buy and then take home and put together as a home builder kit. So that will be our focus for this episode. And then, like I said, you'll see some variety periodically through this next year where the two boats are interspersed with the video. So I hope you like the format, and it'll allow all of the viewers to get a little bit of each boat. So let's get started on the 1960 US Molded Shapes mystery boat. Here is the latest restoration project to enter the Reynolds Runabout shop. This boat is currently an unknown brand. I have my ideas about what it is. It's a molded plywood hull, which leads me to think it might be a US Molded Shape, which Wagemaker Wolverine owned. So I'm looking forward to investigating what it might be, looking for some telltale signs. The most striking thing about this boat, regardless of what it is the transom. You can see the molded plywood is there probably halfway up the stern transom area, and then a plywood deck was added, not something I've seen before, and a solid piece of mahogany running halfway up, and then there's a scarf joint on both sides. And it's an outboard, long shaft, so 21 inches on the transom, so a long shaft outboard. The hardware is all here. It's dated to the 1960 Atwood Brass Works hardware line. All of it. I mean, the whole boat has the exact style of hardware from that line. I believe the Riviera line, and it helped me identify the boat at least as possibly a 1960 home built. So at this point, it is a home built or an unknown or a mystery boat, and I look forward to working on it when it dries out. It was just delivered in a snowy night in Michigan, and I'm going to let it dry off for a few days. As you can see, it's currently melting, and then the owner would like me just to start to repair it. A friend of ours worked on the hull in the Grand Haven area, so that probably was a saving grace, is that restorer worked on the bottom of the hull and the sides and restored it before his death, giving it life up until this point. So I will take over from here. The owner of the mystery boat delivered some more parts the other day and had the front seat, which is nice. It's a one-piece unit. And then, unfortunately, the rear seat does not have a bench. Most likely got wet along with the upholstery and rotted. He did have the inside panels, which you can see this gold and white pattern. And then he delivered the hardware, which is the 1960 era Atwood Riviera fancy hardware. It's all there except the stern pole, which may or may not have come with a boat. We're not sure. Gonna start looking for one probably. But it was nice to see the panels in such great shape. Those can be replicated. I'll have to do some major repair on this starboard side front passenger seat, driver's seat, sorry. And then we can go ahead and send that to the upholsterer. The rear hatch frame was found, which is great. It needs a new top, which, like the engine well, might have just not survived the weather. I'm going to replace that as well. But it'd be nice to have the hatch on. Not sure if there was a handle. We'll have to make a decision about that. I'm sure Atwood had something that would fit. Well, that'll conclude this episode of the first step in restoring the 1960 U.S. Molded Shapes mystery boat. Next time, we will look at how I remove the bungs from all over the boat so that I can prepare to release fasteners and different pieces of the boat that will need to be replaced. And there's many, and I'll go into some detail on that as well. So until then, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in a little while.